Hey guys, it's Monday, so here I am. Hello. Today is 12 days until we move, so excuse the mess. I don't know if you can see it or if this chair kind of blocks most of it, but the packing has begun, and so I'm trying to get all of my packing done this week so that we can kind of half live out of boxes for the next week and then just pack up those few things and go. And that will be very nice. And I can do it, totally. I'm a little frazzled right now because my sister-in-law just knocked on the door and brought us some boxes, and my dogs went crazy, and it was right when I was sitting down to do this, so I've had a couple of interruptions, and so now my brain is not where it was when I first sat down, so pardon me for that. I will share more about our move soon, because I guess nobody knows we're moving or anything yet, so I will share more about that, and tell you guys what's going on and why we're moving and why it came up so fast and yada yada yada. So, don't worry, hang tight. Anyway, in other news, I'm really excited because this weekend, or maybe early next week, sometime very soon, I'm going on my first girls' night out in a very long time. The last time I even remember going out was like when I was pregnant with a girlfriend to go baby shopping. So it's not even really anything. So a girlfriend and I are gonna go hit the movies and go see Breaking Dawn Part 2. I'm very excited. Yes, I like Twilight. I read the books when I was 15 years old. 6 years ago. I'm starting to get old. Ha ha ha. Don't laugh at me, I'm serious. And I'm very excited because I like to see it on screen and see what they do with it. And it's weird for me. So this is the first, I've only left Mackenzie twice, and not because I'm super paranoid or anything, it's just never been necessary, and those 2 times are only for hair appointments. And so, she'll be sleeping anyway, and Cody will be home, she'll be with Cody, so there's nothing to worry about. It's just weird for me to think that I'm going out recreationally to go have fun. It's an interesting thing, so. But I think it will be fun. I'm very excited. Plus, I love the girlfriend I'm going out with. She's super fun, so it'll be a good night. Anyway, I am trying to get my butt moving with this move. So, I'm just having a hard time, like, waking up in the morning to a mess because our house is a mess right now. Cody's working late, with winter hours. So he doesn't get home till 6 normally, but we're doing renovations at the new place. That has to be finished in 12 days. So that was Mackenzie's book. And so was that. So, like tonight, he's not even going to be home to see Mackenzie. I don't even know if he's going to be home to see me. So we're just crazy busy, and we're trying we're eating weird. Like, I'm not allowed to eat any sugar and any grains whatsoever right now, so it's really hard because we're trying not to stock our kitchen too full because we just have to move it soon, and so we've been the house is a mess. Like, dishes aren't getting done when they should be. There's just stuff everywhere, from toddler mess and dog messes and us messes and moving and packing and just not being home, and then coming home and rushing around and doing what we need to do and then leaving. So our house is crazy, and it's driving me crazy because if you've been reading for a while, you know I'm a little bit particular about the way I like the house to be. Working on it. But anyway, speaking of Mackenzie being in bed when he gets home at 6. And Mackenzie goes to bed at 5:30 every night. And I've casually mentioned that, or like it's in conversation, it's just come up. And I keep every time I say that I get the, what? She goes to bed at 5:30? Like, why? That's so crazy. So she goes to bed at 5:30, and like she's sleeping by 5:30, and she doesn't wake up till between 7 and 8. So she sleeps shabam. I thought it was weird too when I first heard it because, believe it or not, I just saw a random pin on Pinterest that was just this chart that talked about sleep cycles, and children's biological needs and their age, how much sleep they need, like when they need to go to bed after if they're napping, so the hours they need to sleep, and just talked a little bit about putting them to bed in their sleep window. So when they start to get tired and cranky at night, that's your window of opportunity to put them to bed. And if you put them to bed, they'll sleep longer, because sleep breeds sleep. So they'll nap better, they'll sleep better, yada yada yada. So I was like, do you know what? This sounds weird, because it sounds weird to put your kid to bed at dinner time. However, most of the stuff I do sounded weird at first, so I'm going to try it. So I talked about it with Cody. He was like, yeah, let's go for it. You know, Kenzie has never been the greatest sleeper ever. So we tried it, and 2 weeks later, it is beautiful. It is the best thing. Mackenzie goes to bed at 5:30, like sleepy, pajamas on, she's ready. She tells me, like, hey Mom, it's time to go to bed. And we feed her dinner, and sometimes I eat with her if I'm hungry, because we're grazers. We eat more during, like, the morning, early lunchtime, and we kind of pick and don't really eat it in the evening. So she has been going to bed at 5:30 and sleeping. She'll wake up, like, occasionally, and, like, usually if we're loud or something, and, like, talking and banging around, and she will want me to, like, one of us to go lay with her, because we night weaned, and so we don't nurse at night anymore. So she'll want one of us to just go lay down with her, and we'll lay down with her for 5 minutes, and she'll be out, and we'll leave again. And it has been fantastic, because evenings are beautiful. She doesn't nap at all, so that's why we definitely do the 5:30 bedtime, but I never imagined she would be going to bed at 5:30 and waking up at, like, 8 o'clock the next day. And she's been in way better moods. We don't have afternoon meltdowns anymore like we did, because she was going to bed between 7 and 8. She doesn't fall asleep during the day, because before we weren't napping. Like, if she had the tiniest nap, she wouldn't go to bed at night. We messed up a little bit last night, and, like, she didn't go to bed till about 6:30, 7 o'clock, and she was up at 6 o'clock this morning. So, because the theory is, and it makes total sense, that the later they stay up, the earlier they're going to rise, and we've tried it, and it's true. So, yeah, if you are interested in knowing more about that, I will find what I was reading, and I can pass it along if you like. Just let me know. In other news, on the 9th this month, Mackenzie turned 25 months old, and we celebrated 25 months of breastfeeding. Yay! It's crazy and awesome, and I didn't really expect... I don't know, I have not a lot to say about it. I can't be like, I'd never expected to get here, because in the beginning I didn't really have any expectations. I knew I didn't think about breastfeeding before. I knew I was going to breastfeed my baby, and I knew I was going to do everything in my power to make it happen. It just didn't even, it wasn't like, oh, if it doesn't work, I'll have this backup plan. Like, I figured before I became the parent I am now, I was like, yeah, like, I guess we'll do formula if it doesn't work. But there was no, like, it's not going to work in my mind. Like, well, there was, but as long as it didn't need to be an option, it wasn't an option for me. Like, I just was like, we're breastfeeding, and I did it, and I expected it to be super painful, and I expected to be up all night. I think that's why. I expected the most colicky baby ever, and to have, like, the worst breastfeeding experience. So I think that really helped me get through all the trouble, because, I mean, I remember even the first time the health nurse came over, the week after Mackenzie was born. Take him under the table, baby. Right there. And she came over. Sorry. Just waiting for them to... Finn, enough. Can you pick him up? Thank you. Sorry about that. My dogs are crazy. And I don't know how to edit my videos on my computer. Anyway, she came over about a week later, and she was like, so how's it going? Do you have any blisters? Like, sorry if this is too much information for you, but you should be used to this if you're watching this. She was like, do you have any, like, are you bleeding? Are you cracking? Whatever. And I was like, no, like, I'm fine. She was like, does it hurt? I was like, well, yeah, a little bit, but I expected it to be uncomfortable while I adjust and my body adjusts to breastfeeding. She's like, okay, well, can I take a look? Can I say hi?
Hi.
And so I was like, yeah, sure, stay there, please. was like, yeah, you can take a look, whatever. And she looked, and I had like ginormous blisters, like huge. And she was like, how are you nursing? You should be using nipple shields and stuff. She's like, how are you nursing through this? And I was like, don't even. I was like, I'm doing it. I'm sucking it up. It's in my mind, it's not a problem. Please don't make it a problem. And she was like, no, that's more power to you. She's like, okay, I'll come back in like 2 days to check on you. And I powered through it. I ignored what she said, and blisters healed, and we were all good.
Finn.
You have Finn, that's right. So we are 25 months later. We are breastfeeding still. She still nurses a lot, like all throughout the day. She is...
Happy Finn.
He is heavy. Yeah. She nurses like at newborn still sometimes. So it's not as long, definitely, but she nurses a lot. And we are planning to let her wean herself because the way our lifestyle, we choose to live our life, and I mean the health and food lifestyle aspect of us, we need her to wean herself, so to be sure that her body gives her all the antibodies and health benefits that she needs. So we're just going to wait until that happens. I have no idea when it's going to be, and I don't really care. Whenever, it's good for me. Sorry. I have everybody here with me today. The dog is on a leash in the house because he's been tethered to my leg because he's driving me crazy. In this move, he thinks he's panicked because he doesn't know what's happening. So he thinks it's okay to pee on everything we own. So now he's tethered to my leg, so he can't be on my stuff. Isn't that right, Finn? Yes. Yeah. Oh, just wait. Mackenzie, what day is it today? Mackenzie's been going around since I started studying on the video going, it's Monday. It's Monday. See, isn't that cute? She heard me say it last week, I think. And so now when I broke up the phone, she was like, it's Monday. So yes. So I hope you're having a great Monday. Like usual, I'm pretty chaotic over here. So I talk a mile a minute. Sometimes you can't understand me. I'm sorry. I'm working on it. Have a fantastic day. And I hope you were okay with I don't know what I was about to say. Never mind. Bye.